Hello, I am so excited to be with you today. Let me light some candles firstly. Okay, so this is an energy update and a pause. Okay, I need my little stingray for good luck. Okay, so the other day I did an energy update about how my heart chakra and third eye was being activated and worked on and connected, right? So we had a pretty decent sized solar flare on December 7th. And so that energy, it takes 2 to 3 days to reach Earth. So that energy, yes, it was Earth facing, which is exciting, okay? It can cause, first of all, okay, I only like to light one side. I was just talking and I lost my train of thought. First of all, for heart chakra, get a green candle, okay? And they're not hard to find right now, being that it's Christmas. So, green is the color of the heart chakra. And it is so good for attracting abundance and opening your heart and bringing in more compassion to your life. Anytime you want to work on your heart chakra, open your heart more or heal, green is the way to go. Green crystals, you can use this as malachite, anything green, aventurine, jade. Okay. So last night I started feeling that panicky energy that I talked about in the other video. Okay, so this can be from the solar flare, but that is the physical, scientific reason that I want to give for those of you who are super logical and really need that aspect of, you know, the proof. And, you know, if you're feeling symptoms, heart palpitations, chest pain, headache, mine is over here today and I woke up with it. This is because the solar flare energy started coming onto the planet yesterday. To me it was in the evening. Some of you who are super sensitive may have felt it yesterday starting in the morning. Okay, and I feel like the other day when I was being worked on, maybe I was being prepared for this type of energy because late last night I started feeling that anxiety, sort of panicky, not fearful. It's really hard to explain. It's kind of like a nervousness, but there's nothing to be nervous about. So there was no fear element, if that makes sense to you. It just kind of felt like jittery, like a caffeine sort of buzz. Okay, and that is the high energy coming from the sun, which is bringing in tons of cosmic energy from our great central sun in the center of our universe, which transmits cosmic energy to us in our solar system by our central sun. Okay, so that is a spiritual understanding behind it, but for those of you who need to see proof, it is physically caused by the solar flare, which is when the sun kind of sends off a huge ejection of energy at once. Sometimes it's earth facing, sometimes it isn't. This one was earth facing, okay? So, heart palpitations, pain in the center of your chest, okay? And so, upgrades are being done on the heart chakra with this energy coming in. And it can cause heart palpitations. If you have heart issues, you'll know, you'll already feel this. But the spiritual effects are activations. My heart has been wide open, my chakra's been open all morning, and usually I don't like to walk around with it full blast open because I'm an empath, but I felt so good this morning. It's like a very loving excitement. So I did wake up around 4 in the morning, really feeling it, like the energy pulsing through. So just be aware of that. You don't want to drink a ton of caffeine today. So If you normally drink 2 or 3 energy drinks, don't, you know, or coffees, just scale it back a little bit, because your heart will already be, your physical heart will already be a little bit strained. If you've never had that before, heart palpitations is when your heart starts to beat irregularly, and you may feel it, actually feel it beating. It may kind of slow down time for a second. Just center yourself. You want to breathe into it, sit back into it, breathe deep through your nose, and envision your heart. And when I open my heart chakra, which I think really helps to really feel this and incorporate it and integrate it. That's the proper word. So we want to take these energies in. This is a good thing for us. But if you feel it physically and you're feeling like woozy or dizzy or something, obviously you want to rest or sit down. So when I want to open my heart chakra, I envision in the center of my heart like 2 little double doors. Okay, and your heart chakra, like I mentioned, is green. And it's right in place of your physical heart, but it's pretty big. And you can imagine it like a triangle. You can imagine it like a sphere, like a diamond, like a crystal. You can imagine it however you want to, but it is an energy source, and it is how you will, you know, like let your heart be your guide. It's sort of like that. So that is how you will understand more compassion, is through your heart. When your heart is wide open, you don't have any other choice but to lead with your heart. So helping people in need, thinking of how others feel, thinking about how you feel. Logic isn't really in the mix, and it doesn't need to be, because your heart won't ever lead you astray. Like I mentioned in the other video though, beware of fear. So if fear is present, not that that wouldn't be your heart simultaneously in there as well, but fear will lead you astray and will be more of the egoic mind. So just be cautious of that. If you feel like I've been feeling this, it is sort of panicky, like, oh, but like an urgency, anxious, anxiety type shaky feeling, but there's no fear. It's actually excitement, but so much love, so much love. So imagine your heart spinning, not your physical heart, heart chakra, which it can be in place of your physical heart if that helps you to feel more where it is. Okay. So you just want to imagine it start to spin, and as it spins, gradually it gets faster and faster and brighter, and the green grows a little bit brighter. Okay. And as this is happening, you can imagine yourself healing itself, the chakra. And then you can move it up and down through your other chakras, healing each one, activating, getting an increase in love, higher vibrations, whatever you want to do with this, to open it up. Okay, so imagine those little doors opening. And then sometimes if I want to attract abundance, if I want to attract more love, things like that, I'll imagine like a huge giant tornado that's like encompassing the whole planet. And as it does, it's turning bright green, and it's bringing in with it all the way down. The very base goes into my heart chakra. So it's either bringing in a bunch of money, bringing in a bunch of love, a bunch of friends, whatever it is that you're wanting abundance in. Okay, so green is good for attracting money, obviously, and the heart is a good place to attract abundance. But right now this is more about love, but I'm just mentioning it because it's a part of it. So exciting right now. The energy is just intensifying. So if you feel the heart pain, it's okay. Not saying don't go to the doctor, but I'm just saying other people are feeling it. Okay, the heart is like your electrical center, right? It's like the part of our biological computer that gives us energy, and it is electrical. So being that the sun is sending massive energy onto the planet, it's gonna mess with electronics and even electricity, so it will mess with the heart. but spiritually you are getting activated, and this is very exciting. So those are some symptoms. Headache, like I mentioned, I have on my right side temple, but I do feel when I close my eyes, it's more of my crown and third eye pressure here. Okay, so we're still working on this crown. Third eye is there. If you want to work on it, do it to see more visualizations and things, maybe more psychic things. But the crown is enlightenment. It's just general overall like understanding. It helps to be more aware of your surroundings and discernment. Okay, and we really want to be key on discernment this week because of the deception, like I mentioned before, and that's with Neptune. So I'm very excited. This is a good thing. Anytime I feel physical symptoms, I get really excited because I know it's change and it's really great and positive, and we can work with it. Okay, we can integrate it and make it better for everyone. I just want to do a quick collective for everyone for today. It is December 10th, and I will be doing an all signs reading. Oh, look at this, heart full of love, Ace of Cups, so much love, and that's really how it feels, like your cup runneth over. So you may feel a huge amount of love for your spouse, for your kids, for your boss, just amazing appreciation today. It's something with this just like overflow, and I feel like this needed to happen before all of this deception really kicks off. And there have been a lot of articles coming out lately that kind of bring a different element to the mix. So just be aware. Obviously some will be partly true, some will be not true at all, and some might have a lot of truth. So we just have to be aware. Take everything with a grain of salt. Don't feed into it emotionally, like I mentioned. However, with people, okay, this cup runneth over. This compassion, this emotional fulfillment, and it really is. I feel like Spirit Universe was like, this needs to happen so we can lead with our heart, so we can feel it. And I think it helps with discernment, with the heart chakra. You just have more awareness, you know, and you just are able to recognize people for who they are. It's like you can really see right through them. You could feel them. So if you have a crazy overwhelming amount of love for your spouse, don't do anything crazy. Don't run off and get married. But it's really good just to feel that and just be appreciative of that, and take it in as like an activation. And maybe just, if there's more space for more love in your heart, more love in your relationship, absolutely incorporate that, because it's so nice. But you know, if you're not in a relationship, it can just be love for yourself, love for the planet, love for spirit in the universe. It's a really great time to connect and use this energy to bring in whatever you want. Especially healing though, extra healing. But it's just so exciting because we knew these energies were going to be ramping up all the way until the 21st, the winter solstice, and the solar eclipse on the 14th. There's just so much happening. So I will be doing the all signs for the solar eclipse. I know I'm all over the place today. I was just so excited to share this with you guys because I know if I'm feeling it, a lot of you will be feeling it, because when I feel things anyways, but when I feel strong physical symptoms, I know other people are feeling it. So I wanted to share this with you guys. If you've been feeling something, please comment below, because it really helps me to confirm for me and to confirm for others who might be watching. It feels better to know that you're not alone and that other people are going through it too. Spirit, is there any more cards for the collective? It's so funny that Ace of Cups popped out like that, because that's really how it feels. Just an overflow of happiness and emotion and love. The energy has really shifted since the last week or two, right? The devil. Yeah, there's the deception. So be careful. Obviously, like I said, don't run off and get married. But the devil could be so many things. Be aware of addiction. I know we did have the moon in Gemini. Hey! We did have the moon, sorry, we had the moon in Gemini, and sometimes Gemini is more of like the party energy. So over the weekend, you may have felt the need to party a little bit. So just be careful with drug use, alcohol use. You know, that can be the devil. And this card is not a bad card. People see it as a bad card. It can be anything that causes you affliction, pain, addiction, depression. It can be lies, deception, manipulation, anything that makes you feel trapped or bound. And that can be yourself. It could be habits. It can be someone else. But anything negative or toxic that feels like it needs to change. On the other hand, the devil can just be fun, playful energy. It can be sexual energy. So you may be feeling more love, but also maybe more sexual energy. Just take it how it resonates, okay? We do need to be aware of the deception. And with our hearts wide open, you know, a lot of us will be able to understand better what it is when we see it. We will have better discernment. But some who are still maybe lost in their understanding, maybe still following like the media, different sources like that. Another thing I want to quickly mention is a rise in CV death toll. People are going to die. And I don't want to sound insensitive. People are dying anyways at this time. And I mentioned this a few videos back when I did the channeling. More people are going to be dying. And that's not to scare anyone. That's just the truth. And if it wasn't CV, it would be something else. Because the majority of these people are living unconsciously. Okay, they don't think of any deeper meaning behind life. They don't have a connection with source. And that's fine. You can do whatever you want with your life. And we plan that when we come in. This is a sort of matrix where we're heavily deceived. Deceived, that's the right word. Heavily deceived since birth. So if you don't really wake up, that's fine. You'll just go somewhere else until you're ready to come to a place where you wake up. So some of us, if we decided to wake up this life, then that's what we're doing. Others who aren't ready, the planet is ready and we've been waiting and ready and we're rising with the planet. So if you can't do that, you will be leaving. And this isn't to freak anybody out. This is just you can just look at it as like it was their time anyways. Whether it was CV, whether it was the flu, whether it was pneumonia. If you have comorbid conditions, if you're already having diabetes, heart failure, you know, any kind of heart disease, if you're obese, if you don't take care of yourself, if you eat junk, and if you watch a bunch of TV and your brain is saturated with junk as well and misinformation, and you're living unconsciously, you know, where you're hurting others and all of that, you understand what I'm saying. That pathway, it's like an old program and it's going away. It's dying now. So it may seem sad to people. I don't mean to be insensitive. It's just that death doesn't really exist to me. So we're just on this ride right now with the planet. It's just so very exciting. And when we leave here, if we leave here, we'll be moving on to something better. And they will be too. So if you have a loved one that passes, of course I know it feels sad and you miss them, but that's a kind of another program caused by fear, where you think you'll never see them again, or you know, death is programmed into us from birth. We're afraid of death from birth. So that's another limiting belief that we have, because once you know that death is just a I don't really know what to say, and I know that I will be coming off insensitive to some. And I know it's sad, and of course we miss those people, and they're our loved ones, but you will see them again if you're meant to and your soul wants to. I mean, we're all contracted into this thing. So either you were contracted and you chose to wake up, or you chose not to. And it's as simple as that. We're all one in the end. We all come back together in the end, and we're all one big, happy, loving family. So we don't have to worry. We don't have to be fearful. These death toll numbers are part of the deception. I'm sorry. They're made to convince others to live in fear, to be easily controlled and manipulated, to not live your life. Okay? If I offend you, I apologize. This is a Six of Swords, so this card is rite of passage, and that's where we're all at right now. Really, it's like we're all in between. We're going through this rite of passage, this transition of understanding. We're all moving in this transitionary period to a new, better place, and it's okay to leave the old stuff behind. Times are changing, and yes, it will be gradual. Okay, but right now it really feels like it's speeding up. For me at least. So if you want to feel more of this new earth and the speeding up and the transition, you have to neglect society for a little bit. The media. If you can't take it with a grain of salt, and some people can't, that's fine. If you're still learning the deceptions and the discernment, if you can't look at something without getting emotionally invested, then you really shouldn't look at it. Because once that emotion takes over, once that fear, anxiety, whatever it is, contentment even, just like, oh, well, I'm just not gonna move, like, this is alright, this is my safe space. If you're too afraid to move forward in your life because of outside influence, you need to shut off that outside influence because it's holding you back. Okay, here it is. More deception. Absolutely. Okay, the Seven of Swords is someone who is sneaky, liar, cheater, someone who's gonna try and rip the carpet out from under you, okay? And this is just what it is right now. So we knew this was coming. We knew the deception was coming. This isn't a big shock, but it's just something we need to be aware of. Things are gonna probably come out this week that may be shocking to some. Okay, if it's super shocking and it causes panic and fear, shut it off, please. Tune into your heart, because the heart will not lead you astray. It will be very good to take some time, light a green candle, acknowledge your heart, acknowledge where you come from, that you're a divine being, you're an infinite being, you're not going anywhere. And this is all kind of just an exciting game that we're playing. Then you can see from a much higher perspective. Then you can understand that you're in total control. No one else is in control of you unless you give in to the manipulation and the deception. If you take it on as truth and you start to feed into it and believe it, next thing you know, you haven't left your house in 8 months. Okay? I'm just saying, there are people like that who live in fear, deathly afraid. And those will be the ones that may be more susceptible. Fear lowers your immune system, if you did not know that. King of Pentacles, this is what we want, right? Abundance, long-term success, stability. This is beautiful. This is like in complete control of your path and your life, and just living with more compassion and generosity, giving to others, recognizing others for who they are, like really who they are, not who their ego says, but their heart. And when your heart is wide open, you can easily see others that way. You could see their heart, even if they try to be closed off. It's just a knowing, okay? So I'm gonna leave it at that. We already know there's deception. We know we're moving through. We know we're in an in-between phase, but this love is here for us. This love is here, and the hope and the faith and the knowing and the trust that this is where we're headed is just generosity, care, doing what's best for everyone. That's living from the heart. Doing what's best for humanity as a whole, even if it means yourself will be pushed to the side or your wants and desires will be neglected. Because we're in this together and it's what's best for everyone. So if you have any questions, please comment below. Please share this because people will be feeling physical symptoms and they won't understand. If they're not very spiritual or don't understand, you know, the higher influences, you can just say, obviously it was a solar flare, and you know, that might at least give someone some peace. So thank you for your compassion. Thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing your light to shine and helping humanity raise their consciousness, raise our consciousness, and helping the planet in the process. We're warriors. We train for this. We're ready for this. Live your life how you want to. Give peace to others, but be strong. Okay? Don't be afraid to stand up and be a leader. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in. It's very important that we do this right now. Because on one side is a shit ton of deception. Excuse my language. On the other side is going to have to be us. Full open hearts. Light just beaming out. Compassion for others. And that's how people who are in the middle and can't decide, they'll feel and know and understand which side. Okay? Which side to go to. They'll know. The deception and all that is completely egoic and mental. And once they've got you with a little bit of fear, your heart is like, ooh. And I was joking with my mom this morning saying, my heart literally feels like it's expanding. It's growing. Like the Grinch, right? And it's just perfect timing. You know how it says like the Grinch, his heart grew 3 sizes that day or whatever. And the real movie with Jim Carrey is like, no! What's happening to me? I'm failing. Some of you, it will feel like that. Some of you maybe haven't really felt or opened your heart. And maybe you live in a space where you're always guarded. And maybe you didn't even realize it. But your mistrust for others has kind of brought you to this place. And now the universe is like, hey, time to wake up. Time to wake up, baby. Open that heart up. And it's just such a great feeling. So I hope that you're all feeling this. I hope that you will be blessed by this energy. Take in these activations, integrate them. Take time. It's 5 minutes. Seriously. Put on some binaural beats. That's what I do. 432 hertz binaural beats on YouTube. That's what I say to Google and she does it. Or just put it on YouTube. There's probably on all kinds of things. Spotify. Anyways, sit for a moment, feel your heart. Open those pretend imaginary doors and you'll feel that chakra begin to spin. And then you want to take it all the way up and all the way down into Gaia and just ignite every chakra along the way. Okay, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it brought some sort of meaning or something, helpfulness. And have a great day.